Hi, welcome back to Small Talk Queens. I'm Megan.
I'm Kelly.
Hang on here. Turn this a little bit here. Yeah, there we go. Welcome back, episode 78.
78. We're cruising along.
If you're new, welcome. And we have foul mouths, so if you don't like it, it's time for you to just turn us off now. It's your only warning. There are hearts on your cup.
I know. Starbucks decorated it. Look, they had
fucking
fancy
hearts.
They had fancy pens, so they put a smiley face up
So
there.
they didn't come with the hearts. They decorated it with hearts.
They decorated it. So they wrote "thank you" in two different highlighter colors, and then somebody had a pen with a heart stamp on it. So they stamped my cup. Isn't that fun? They like me in there.
It's like they knew that you like the pens.
They like me in there. I don't even talk to them about my pens.
Happy June.
Oh my God, it's June
Happy
already.
Pride Month. Look, and I put Gertrude, so it's a butterfly costume, but also it doubles as a pride skirt. So look at that. It looks a little warm with black velvet. I kind of feel for her out here sweltering on the porch.
Yeah.
But, you know, hey.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Wow. This
So
one has a beret on.
I put Gladys in the bee outfit and Gertrude in the anyway. So I don't even know where the fuck we're at here. It's June.
It's June.
There's a lot going on. We both just had our anniversaries.
Yeah. 28.
That made it convenient for Mom to remember since we're like 2 days apart from each other.
There were a lot of people, a lot of my friends got married right like Memorial Day weekend, the year I got married. 2 people, and then my week or my date, like whatever. There's just a lot of end of May anniversaries, and then June.
What's it? Enter
yours. Michelle's is right after yours. Our cousin.
Marriage season. Is that a new necklace?
No, I've had it.
No, I don't remember it. I like it.
I've
Is
had
it
it.
linen?
Yeah.
You gotta iron that shit.
No, I don't iron it.
Fuck it, I don't
In case
iron.
you can't notice, I don't iron.
I bought a new iron thing though. I haven't tried it yet. Of course, the Nori thing. It's like a flat iron.
Oh yeah, I've seen that ad.
So it's sitting in the living room where it's been for 2 weeks.
You can travel with it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was in case I ever want to fucking.
Because that's what I do. I iron
use the
on
Downy
vacation.
wrinkle release and I spray it. And you just shake it and then hang it up to dry or stick it in like the de-wrinkler in the dryer for like 5 minutes. And it's amazing. If you've not tried Downy wrinkle release, it is fucking amazing.
Does it smell? I don't like.
But that is the problem. It smells like fucking Downy, and I don't do fabric softener.
No, you're not supposed to. It's so bad for you. I don't know why
They just say it's bad, especially for women. It's bad for your hoo-ha and lady parts. They say.
Not only is it bad that way, but it's also bad for your clothes. Like a lot of my
bad
clothes,
for the dryer, like the dryer sheets. I heard, like the dryer, like the sheets you put in with the fabric softener sheets. I heard they're terrible for your dryer.
Yeah.
I don't use any of that.
And not good on your clothes.
But
here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing. You don't want to mask a smell, and that's exactly what Downy does as the fabric softener and or those bounce towels for the dryer. You don't want to mask a smell. You want to get rid of the smell. You want to get rid of the odor, not mask it.
Well, I use unscented, like Tide unscented, free and clear, whatever, or whatever's usually whatever's on sale. But I do prefer the Tide. But there aren't a lot of things where I'm like, it has to be the actual brand.
Right.
Like I can use store brand of most things. Peanut butter, mayonnaise, mustard.
No. Ketchup.
No, it's only Heinz. And detergent, I prefer Tide. But sometimes I just refuse to pay it.
No, I use Tide always.
But I like it because there's no smell. Because I don't like to put it on and smell like... I mean, I don't mind it on my sheets. I like the smell of like... fresh, clean sheets that smell. So what I have, we have a washer dryer upstairs, downstairs. Don't ask. I'm not that fucking spoiled. It's a long story. Anyway, so the stackable that's on the first floor was put in for my husband's mom. So we use it until it goes to shit, and I'm turning it into a closet probably. But anyway, so up here I do the sheets and towels up here because it's that you put them. It doesn't have the big agitator thing in the middle, so like our sheets don't get all caught around it and like fucking throw the washer off kilter and all that fucking shit makes me insane. Sounds like the whole house is coming down. It's like this horrible noise and it shakes.
You might have to put the fan on.
The fan is on. It'll come back on. It's on. It's just not moving right now because it hit the temperature. It hit the lowest temperature and then it stopped. Oh, you can get the remote if you want to fiddle with it.
I just need some air circulating.
I know. Well, you can turn the other fan on. Turn that fan on with the switch over there.
Okay. Excuse me.
Excuse her 1 second. It gets hot on this porch. Left switch. You don't want it all the way up. I'm going to blow the fuck around. No. Christ. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck I was saying.
The Downy?
So I use the Tide up here, like whatever smell it is.
Yeah.
Because I don't mind my towels and sheets having a nice fresh scent. I kind of like it. And there's nothing better. You know you're a fucking adult. You know you're old when like your favorite day of the week is like, or every 2 weeks or whatever it is, it's clean sheets day.
Clean sheets.
I get into that bed and I'm like, my hair is going down. Sorry guys. It's just it's not cooperating today because I was on the phone and it air dried and then it went to shit, and so now it won't. It's just anyway. That's it on the fucking sheets and fabric softener.
The Febreze stuff really bothers me. Those Febreze, like not pebbles, but like little, like, it's a shaker thing. You've seen the ad for it. It's horrible. It's horrible.
For clothes, no, I use Febreze every once in a while on the furniture. Speaking of bad smells,
oh boy,
we got into a fucking Uber the other day.
Oh,
This son of a bitch smoked. We got in. First of all, he pulls up in they have to say what car it is, right?
Okay.
He pulls up in a car that's not listed
oh,
and tells us.
are you sure it's your car?
Well, he tells us, yeah, he said Joe's name, whatever, so okay. And he says, oh, not to worry, this is a rental. We got in, the car's all kinds of shitted up. It was clearly not a fucking rental. And it reeked of cigarette smoke, which we were wondering, because, like, you can follow it, like, on your phone. Like, why is he stopped at the top of the street, like, a block away? Like, what the fuck? Like, waiting, what are you waiting
Having
for?
a smoke.
He was having a smoke. It fucking stunk. So he has the window down on his side, the air on high. My hair is going all over the fucking place because, you know, I'm like, I was hostile, and it fucking stunk. And I was like, so then I will say, though, there were maniacs out on the roadway. This was on a Sunday.
Wow.
I mean, we saw some near, like, accident type things. It was very aggressive. We went the long way for whatever reason, which took us past the zoo on a fucking Sunday in the summer.
On the zoo.
I can't, and no one knows how to fucking drive. It was mayhem getting to where we were going to Yards Brewing in the city.
Why do you go by? I don't understand why we went by the zoo.
They show you the shortest route. So apparently for him that was the shortest route, but I would have gone the expressway. But it must have been backed up. Look, I don't ask questions. We just go. Anyway, that car stunk so bad, and I was so angry because I'm like, now my fucking hair is going to smell like cigarette smoke. And yes, I used to smoke. I'm like the worst of reformed smokers. That smell hits my face. I'm like, fucker.
Oh.
It smelled so bad. And then he had the cigarette. He put it out so we could smoke the rest of it later. So it's up there. Here's its whole smoke. I'm pretty sure the Uber drivers are not supposed to be smoking in the car. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like a rule about it.
I don't know.
But it stunk. It stunk, and it was windy with the air conditioning on high, and it was blowing smoke smell at us.
If I had my hair done up, I would have been pissed, blown all over the place.
Well, when we went in Friday to the city, and I had the Uber driver put the fucking windows down. What are you, high? My hair's going everywhere. I said, I'm sorry. I got 2 blocks. And I was like, no. So I said, I just spit. Sorry. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, can we put the windows up and put the air on? I'm like, my hair is now all over the place.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I said, normally I wouldn't care, but like, I just dried it and like straightened it. So now it's like fucking windblown in the back.
I just spent some time on it.
I can't even. So anyway, bad smell in the Uber.
Ew.
And the day, what was it? So the day before that, oh my God. So this is, we had an Uber. And we had to get on 95 to go, right? Interstate 95. This nice man from a land far away who was here. I don't know what language the Uber was speaking. I did not, it was Swahili. I don't know. I don't know what language was on the phone. It's a language I'm not at all familiar with.
But it was speaking to him.
But speaking to him at top volume, he literally did not break 55, right? On 476 and on 95. Like major roadways, right? People flying. People passed us on the fucking shoulder. They were so angry. That's how slow he was going in the right lane.
Wow.
Then every time we got to an exit ramp, he fucking stopped the car. Instead of like, I was like, God. I had to like look down. I mean, Joe and I are cringing in the back seat, give each other the side eye. It is a miracle that we made it to where we were going alive. I mean, I was like, we're gonna fucking die. This is gonna be the death of me. This fucking idiot driving
55 on the highway.
And the problem is when they pick you up or drop you off to or from your home, I don't know, like, because you can give them, you can rate them. I got a free ride once. I forget what happened. It was years ago, and I like emailed Uber back when I was allowed to have Uber, and they reimbursed me for the ride, and I forget what happened, but I said to Joe, I said let's he's not safe on the highway. He should not be driving on the highway, but we paused to do it because I have my pocket over here is like flaring, and it's like making me look here every time I see it. It says bulge. It's my pocket. They know where you live, and I don't know if it's like Joe at such and such address rated you with this and said X, Y, and Z.
Well, I would hope that Uber wouldn't.
So
do that.
I don't know, and I know. So it was like we don't want like retaliation because I was hot about the smell of smoke in the car. even though he was much more aggressive, and I really appreciated his aggressive driving. The other guy, though, stopping on the fucking expressway. I mean, literally, he
I'm
would
surprised somebody didn't ass end you.
Look, we made it there, and Joe was like, if I didn't need a fucking drink beforehand, I need one now. And we had, we were going to read a gift card that we had to use. It was like a promotional one, and it was expiring. And it was for a brewery, and they also have like a restaurant. So we had to use it by the end of this month. So we thought, let's use this. And after this week, we're drying out for a little while. So, right? Famous last words. Yeah. So we went, and we had the most delightful server. It was like Mr. Rogers was waiting on us. His name was Frank. He was the nicest man. You wanted him to like sit down and you wanted to like tell him all your problems. He was like soft spoken and so delightful. How are you tonight?
Oh.
Can I interest you in anything else? Just if I don't see you right away, you need something, you just shout it out.
Just flag me down.
He was the nicest fucking guy. He was so nice.
Was he young?
No.
Oh.
He was old. He wasn't old, but he was older than us.
Okay.
And then like the rest of the weekend, we just kind of had service when we were out because it's Philly Beer Week, officially and unofficially. It used to be a thing, and then it went to shit during COVID, and this guy tried to revitalize it, and he died in January. And so some places are still trying to do things. So a lot of the places traditionally the city, the breweries would collaborate with other breweries, little known, new ones, and try to get them they would invite them in and have their beer on tap,
right?
Like a tap takeover and do all these different things. And then the German bars downtown would get a lot of out of the country beers that we normally wouldn't have.
Right.
So blah, blah, blah. A lot of fun if you're a beer enthusiast like we are. Some call it a beer snob, whatever you want to call it. A lot of fun events. So there have been some things coming up now. So we popped in and out of the city for some of those last weekend. And service was... it's just, and then we went out for our anniversary to the Italian place that we love so much, and we can't go when we're not there on the weekend because what we realized, because the waitress that we've had, who's the daughter of the owner and the chef, Italian food is Italian food. Most of the time it's all pretty good and it's all pretty much the same unless you go to some really shitty place. But she makes it, and I don't mean giving us free shit because we're not we don't ask for that, right. We're not there for that. But just making you feel at home and not rushing us,
right.
and you have a little bit of time to have a little wine between your courses, and so this is just coming right out. She wasn't there, so don't go on a fucking Monday, bringing everything out. I'm still eating my salad, and out comes my main course. I'm whoa, whoa, whoa. Then we got the bill, and the girl never even asked me if we wanted dessert. I was fucking hostile, and then she must have been able to read the look on my face because I was oh, when she came to the table with it.
Was it crowded?
No, for a Monday, I don't know. No, not compared to a Saturday.
Well.
And she's oh, we can add to it if you want. Fuck you, I don't want to add to it. You brought it without asking if I wanted anything else. She never even came back and asked if everything was okay. So I was a little hostile about it. And then, she came back. She said, did you want dessert? I'm do you have cheesecake? She's no. I'm no, never mind. We're good. Here you go. And gave her the credit card. And she was we have cannolis. I don't want fucking cannoli. I want fucking cheesecake.
I would have had a cannoli.
Oh, they are pretty good. But at that point, I was too hostile. So I was just yeah. Anyway. So speaking of things, unrelated. I don't know why I thought of this, but we got our TSA approval. I know why I thought of it because the dinner we went to afterwards. Oh my god, I had the rage. I had the manager at the table. Oh. I was very polite, but wow. I was stern.
Was this downtown?
So, no, this was in King of Prussia. So Joe and I went to get our TSA approval. Right, it's inside of a gun shooting range, which was most fascinating. Right. And in the lobby, you could buy a taser. You can buy guns that shoot pepper spray. Fascinating. Joe and I have a look-see in the lobby area of the shooting range. Yeah, fascinating. Fucking fascinating. We're in and out. Boom. Got our TSA approval, whatever. So we go to dinner. And in the Valpak coupons you get, we had gotten a coupon for this place, this newer place in King of Prussia, which we've seen, Gaucho's Prime Steakhouse. So it's a Brazilian steakhouse.
Of course.
And it's a lot like the other one that everyone talks
Fogo
about.
de Chao.
Fogo de Chao, which we went to a couple months ago. We went for Joe's birthday because we had a gift card to use. It's pretty much the same. But the reason we went, because it was in the Valpak, was a coupon. And we've seen the Gauchos a lot over the last year because it's near where my back surgeon was. So we'd see it, I wonder how this place is, blah, 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 whatever. We'll have to try it sometime. So in the Valpak comes a coupon, $20 off each person.
Did you read the fine print?
I read the fine print while we were at the table, but still, I read the fine print, $20 off it said per person. I mean, there's no like other interpretation of that. $20 off per person. So we sit down. This waiter was over enthusiastic to the point where I took everything I had and I was like, you gotta get the fuck away from this table, buddy. I mean, I really was about to snap.
Take your energy elsewhere.
He was very annoying, very annoying.
Take your energy elsewhere.
And so I said, before you go, I said, I have a coupon. I don't know if you need it now or just at the end. And he's like, oh, can I see it? So I pull it out and show it to him. He said, no, this is just for the table. That's a misprint. Ah, fuck you and your misprint.
Yeah,
fuck a misprint.
And the misprint. No.
Print? So I'm like, I'm sorry. No, but it's just per person.
Right.
Per person.
Fuck
Not per table, per person.
You can't say that.
So,
it was a misprint.
Right? So he's like, do you want me to get the manager? Yes. I said, yes, please get the manager. He walks away. I read the fine print quick to make sure that I didn't miss something. Doesn't say anything. It says per person, per visit, like whatever, one per customer or whatever. Okay, and it had the dates. So he comes back, waiter comes back, not with the manager, and says it's per table. I just scowled at him and like ignored him and whatever. We went about our dinner and he kept coming back over. It was annoying. And then also, look, if you've never been to a Brazilian steakhouse, you get a little card and it's red on one side and green on the other. And when you want them to keep coming by, you keep it on the green side. When you want them to stop and let you alone for a little fucking while so you can catch up with everything that's on your plate, you flip it over to red. Well, one guy didn't fucking understand, I guess, because he just kept coming to the table. And I'm like, I have a mouthful of like fucking beef. And I'm like, no thanks. Like, I mean, it was not the most pleasurable of dining experiences. Then we go to pay. I have a coupon. He's gonna argue with me again. You need to get the manager. You need to get the manager.
What was Joe doing?
Waiting patiently. Oh. Let me handle it. Manager comes over. He tells me it's a misprint. Fuck you and your fucking misprint.
Hey, like, let me say this. Like, my ID is a misprint. Like, really, I'm 25. Like, I'm not 19. Well, like, can I say that?
I said...
There's no such thing as when you have something, it's a misprint right then.
I said, I'm sorry. It may be a misprint on your end, but what I'm reading, the coupon that I received in the mail, this is what it says. I said, this is false advertising is what this is.
And you know what? If it really is a misprint, how about at your front door, you put coupon no longer valid?
Well, they could have done that too, but I mean, right? They could have done something other than just try to tell me that
when you're at the table.
So I was like, so he starts telling me how they had a big thing with Valpak over it because Valpak had a misprint. I said, okay, well then that's between you and Valpak. My coupon that I have here, the whole reason we came here tonight is because of this coupon that says $20 off per person. You can't stand there and tell me that that's not valid. It's within the dates. I'm reading it. There's nothing in the fine print. No. I said, you have to honor this. That's false advertising.
Right.
So apparently they printed, Valpak printed like 2,000 of these. And I said again, well, that's between you and Valpak.
Yeah.
So
he's like, at the front door.
I'll tell you what I'll do this time. And it was either $20 off or $25 off per person. I forget what it was. But then he had the fucking audacity to say to me about, it would be so kind if you would still tip on the original amount. Of course I tip on the original amount, you fucker. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Did you respond to him when he said that? Tip on the original amount?
I was like,
Did the manager say that, or was that the
manager?
Waiter?
I think it was. Someone said it. I'm pretty sure it was the manager.
How about I'm not giving you any tip?
And I was like, I know. I know. And he's lucky he got any tip at all because he was fucking annoying.
A misprint.
I was fucking hostile. I mean, I was fucking hostile over that.
I mean, that manager doesn't sound too swift, because if I can sit here and quickly recognize that all you need to do is take the coupon, probably the one, let's say the one you gave him, use that as an example, write void on it, and put it at the front door.
I don't even know, though.
We've had a misprint.
I don't know if they can even do that.
You can't tell people when they arrive and they have something printed that they can't honor
right?
it. The unfortunate part for that business is it was a fucking misprint.
Yeah.
Take it up with ValuePack, but now you've got to honor it. I understand from a business point of view how you're pissed about that, but the error is not on my end. You're going to honor what was sent to me.
I mean, it was really like I couldn't even believe that he was arguing with me, like telling me that that's not what it means. It means per table.
But
I'm like I'm like it says per. I'm pointing to the word per person, and I point to Joe and me. I'm like per person. I mean, I was right. I was like,
listen, I taught kindergarten. Let's go through some simple math.
I was so hostile. I came home and I'm like, I have to fucking curb my hostilities. Like, forget curb your enthusiasm. Like, I need to fucking curb my hostilities. Oh my and then I had to open more wine.
You'll probably never go back there.
We'll never go back. No. And it was okay. I mean, it was just like any other Brazilian steakhouse. I mean, I don't know that it was any better than Fogo de Chao. I appreciated, I don't know, because we were in Fogo de Chao for Joe's birthday. That was the night that I had to ask the fucking hostess if our waitress had left since we sat down. Like, what happened to her? Where the fuck are we? We don't have water. Like, what's happening? What's happening? Fogo de Chao, I will say that they're,
Was this the one in King of Prussia?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in the city.
The one in the city is better.
Yeah.
Than the one in King of Prussia.
I think the service sometimes is better in the city.
Yes, I will agree with that.
Because those people are really hustling to make their money.
Yes. And, it's been a week full of a lot of meeting a lot of fascinating people and seeing the homeless guy in his underpants. Oh my god!
Wait, I gotta hear this. I don't
mean to like make fun of homeless people because I feel very badly for them. And then once upon a time I used to give them money, but I don't usually do that anymore.
When you first moved here.
When I first moved here. So first we go into the city Friday for our friend's birthday, and Joe and I go to a bar to have a drink and a little nibble because we need to eat something. And we're sitting there, and I look out the window, and there is this woman going to the trash can, like bent over, and her pants were like down below her ass. And I was like, oh my god, like I don't need to see this.
Like her pants and underwear.
Yeah, like I think unfortunately her pants probably didn't fit when she stood up.
Okay,
her
so
shirt,
she had bare ass.
Her bare ass was there, yes. And I was like, ever since that time, like. When that lady's shit on the street, like I see an ass on the street, and I'm instantly like, oh my god, I don't even care that I'm inside, like, and I felt badly for her, but I was like, fuck.
There's so much.
I was like, I need her to be gone when we leave here. I cannot pass this on the street.
Did she shit on the street?
Not that I'm aware of. So I saw that, because like I can't erase. I can't unsee it. So then we fast forward to Sunday, and we go in for a Fun Day Sunday, beer brunch at Yards. And Yards Brewing, okay, it's not the best beer in the world, but the service was amazing. The staff is super fucking friendly. And the owner, we met him during Beer Week several years ago, Tom Kehoe, is like the nicest fucking guy. And so, and it's a great place to people watch. The place was huge. It was awesome to people watch. I love the people watch. There was a graduation party going on up in a private room that was just wide open, like right next to us. And this old guy, he walks out and sits down like in like the beer hall part of the brewery. And Joe and I are at a high top, like on the edge, just like watching everything. And this old guy comes out and sits down, and he has a beer, and he keeps looking at the party. And finally, looking for his wife, I assume, who she emerges with a plate of food. He's watching the Phillies game on one of the TVs, eating. He keeps looking back for her. Eventually, she emerges again with more food. I guess that was the code. So they're at the party, but he's not actually at the party. He's just sitting watching the Phillies game, eating and having his beer. And then they were like the first ones to leave.
Are you sure it was a graduation party?
Yes. It said on the sign closed for a private graduation party, whatever. And then the three boys had all the matching things on. Anyway, so we leave there. And we're going to have dinner later at another place. And so we walk, it's like a half a mile. We walk there, and we're early, and there's this fascinating little corner store, little bottle shop, little eatery, little something or other. Fascinating. Really good beer sold by the bottle, right? Which is fascinating because I would not have expected this. And then there's a little sandwich place on the other side, and there's like 3 tables, right? So there's a sign on the women's room that says out of order, but the lady at the front desk at the checkout, whatever, says to Joe, "Oh, that's just the bathroom. It's fine. It just says that to keep people from living in there."
Oh,
I'm like, oh my god, right? Fuck. So
wow.
So we're sitting there, and like we go to leave, and there's this man outside in his underpants,
just underwear. Like, did he have a shirt? Or anything else
He had a t-shirt or a tank top or something on, but he has under trousers on, like tidy whities, but they were gray.
Oh.
Gray from being dirty or gray from being the color, I don't know, but gray.
And no pants.
So he's going around, he has a giant like baby stroller thing that it's hoarded with stuff. Right. And then he has a like a big, almost like a big trash bin, but it's made of like it's made of material. It's not like a solid bin. It's like I don't know what it was for. It said something on, maybe he picked it up from someplace. So he's running around. Like, I don't know what he's doing, but he's like running around. He's like not running around literally, but like moving around a lot, like gathering. He's like gathering things. So we go to the restaurant, we go upstairs, and we can see him from the window. And we're both, we had to like stand up and like look down the window though. So we're fascinated, so we kind of want to see. And the waiter comes over, he's like, oh, what's going on down there? We're like, we're just watching the guy in his underwear. Like, he's like, oh yeah, he's like, he doesn't usually hang out here, he usually hangs out in the street. I'm like, well, he's gathering stuff from people's properties from around here. He came back with a fucking sink. Like, I don't know. And his shit, so one thing dumped all over the ground. He was like reorganizing his hoard, right? There was.
Do you have a shopping cart?
No, we had like a big baby stroller thing, like this big like hold all thing.
Okay.
So eventually he empties everything out, reorganizes it, disperses onto the sidewalk what apparently he no longer wants to haul with him, including the sink that he went and got from someplace else. But the property across the street, it's all gated up, of course it is. And this couple stops to take a picture of something. And then he scurries over a minute later and takes whatever it is that's like up on top of their gate. And we couldn't see what it was. It was like a flower in the way. And it was like one of those like horse heads with the stick, you know? That was wearing like a little, like a white dress, like a christening gown or like a little white wedding dress, like doll size. I don't know, not doll size, probably like a child's whatever. I don't know if it belonged to them or if it was his. But he's going all around just like gathering shit to his hoard. And when we left, at some point he went and got pants on and a full shirt on. I was like, oh, thank God, before we leave here. I'm like, it makes me much more comfortable he has pants on. She was like, what? I'm like, anything could happen in underwear. Like, anything can happen with just the underwear. Like, I'm very uncomfortable with just the underwear. I feel much better about him having on full pants now. Full pants. So it was, yeah. And the service there ended up sucking really bad, so we had to leave.
Oh.
Which was a shame, because they had really good food.
And such good people watching.
And it was great people. It was fascinating people watching. That is for sure.
There's a lot of like bare ass stuff. You had the pooping,
I know, it was all around me.
Pooping in New Orleans on the sidewalk. We had
the
Delco pooper.
The Delco pooper.
Then we have the lady without the pants on when you're eating in the restaurant, and now you have the guy in his gray underwear. That's a lot.
At least he has underpants on though.
That's
but
a
still,
lot.
I mean, like I said, I'm more comfortable with full pants on. I need full pants to cover the whole thing. The whole thing. The whole fucking thing. Anyway, that's I can't. I mean, and then we have a full weekend ahead of it, coming up too. I can't. I'm only like, what else are we gonna fucking encounter?
Speaking of encounters, let me tell you what happened at the Shanghai Disneyland Resort.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew there was a Disneyland resort in Shanghai.
Oh, there is. I have a friend that was just at the one in Japan, in Tokyo. It looked phenomenal. It's so clean.
I'm like behind the times.
If you have a trip planned to Tokyo, I shit you not, go to Disney World in Tokyo. It is the cleanest thing you've ever seen.
Really?
It is immaculate. My friend is a Disney person. That's what she lives for.
Disney connoisseur?
Yeah. Like, I called her for tips. When we went.
I'd rather lay on the
She's
floor
young.
and bleed out. She doesn't
even have kids. But anyhow, so she doesn't have kids, but she loves Disney, her and her husband, and they go. So they made a trip to Japan, and while they were there, saw that. So I recommend it. But in Shanghai, the Disneyland Resort, the Shanghai Disneyland Resort, there was a brawl that breaks out.
Between people or animals?
No, between people. So,
God, they weren't Americans, were they?
No.
Oh, thank Christ.
You can see it. You can Google it.
I mean, I just instantly was like, it's fucking Americans brawling in a foreign country.
Well, you're here on YouTube. You can search this on YouTube. It made the national news. So a brawl broke out between a couple and a family of three: the mom, the dad, the child. So what happened was there was a long line to have your picture taken in this picture booth, and the couple decided they were going to jump the line.
Boy.
So they jumped the
Bitches
line.
be cray.
They jumped the line to get in this photo booth to have their picture taken. The picture's taken, they come out and start physically assaulting the family of three because the family of three happens to be in the background of their picture.
Oh my God.
And you want to see something funny? People have
Mickey Mouse ears fighting each other.
Mickey
Oh
Mouse
my God.
ears on, and people are pulling people off of
I know I'm
one
gonna have to
another.
fucking Google it. I'm gonna absolutely have to fucking Google it.
It is
oh my
really
God.
funny. So there was a brawl that broke out in the Shanghai Disneyland Resort over somebody being in the background of your picture. Listen, bitch, you jumped the line anyhow.
On our wedding day, we had a confrontation where we were having our photos taken. This other couple was having pictures taken, and it was on campus, which is a state university. The ground, our tax dollars, pay for this. Although I've since found out that Arboretum is actually not owned by Penn State, so that might have been it. But no one said to me that, like, you have to have a permit.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never heard of that.
A lot of places around here you do.
Our wedding person, like, didn't tell us that, and she worked for Penn State, so I figured she knew what she was talking about, so we were fine. But someone came up to us and was like, where's your permit? I'm like, excuse me? And like, you're in the background of our pictures. I'm like, well then move. We're only gonna be here 10 minutes. Like, leave me alone.
This is my permit.
Oh yeah, I was like, go fuck yourself and your fucking wedding day. You're ugly. Go. I absolutely did not say that, but in my mind, I'm sure. I was a little hostile though, sure. I was like, I'm sorry, we're gonna be here 10 minutes. Like, we're moving on. Like, you can give us a minute. Like, I'm like, no one, I mean, and I think the photographer also having been from there would know.
Yeah.
I mean, no one, and all the people who lived there, like, no one knew anything. It was the first time any of us had ever heard about be there needing a permit, like, on campus.
Sometimes for pictures around here, you absolutely do. When my kids have had their pictures taken at like Valley Forge and at Bryn Mawr College and stuff, some of the places require, if you're going to be taking pictures, to have a permit.
That's absurd. What the fuck? And we were like far away from them. I guess we're in the background. Well, have your fucking photographer crop us out, bitch. Fuck you. Look.
Oh, wow. Well,
curb my hostility. I'm angry about it all over again.
And those
13 years later, I'm pissed off.
Yeah, those, where my kids had their pictures taken at Bryn Mawr College and at Valley Forge at the time, Valley Forge National Park, or National Historic Site, did not need permits. But they do it so that places require permits so that, like, you're not shooting, like, an ad and technically making money off of using their scenic buildings or whatever. I know, but that's kind of the premise for it. I don't necessarily agree with it. I'm just letting you know. So, at any rate, so there's this brawl that broke out because of the...
I'm going to have to look it up for sure.
What do you call it?
Cutting line?
No, when someone bombed a photo bomber.
Oh, photo bomb.
A family of 3 photo bombs. And I think they were just standing there. It wasn't like they tried to get in the picture and like...
I mean, edit it out, people. Edit it out.
Yeah, I mean, you know how to edit it out. I don't, but somebody does. You just swipe it out. Christ. So, wait. And so then, in Tennessee, you're not even ready for this. No. You're not even ready for this in Tennessee. An escaped pet zebra running around in Tennessee caused chaos on the freeway. You must.
What? I mean, that was with the
ostrich
Google this. Or the emu or whatever in Philadelphia. Like, well, I don't understand.
Well,
how do these animals get out?
First of all, why do you have a wild animal that's not domesticated?
Was it a pet zebra or like a zoo animal?
No, it was a pet zebra. Not the zoo, the pet zebra. Pet zebra. Escaped pet zebra. Somebody claimed the zebra after it was caught.
There's a video I saw recently.
You gotta watch it.
Of these girls in a car.
The zebra's going really fast. Yeah, it's going really fast, and then it like does a little stumble, and then it gets on the freeway. It was like on the shoulder, and then
there's a video, I'm sure you can look it up, of these girls like on like some like safari drive tour, like I don't know where it is. They were American girls. They're in a car, and they've got like a map type thing with directions, and they have the windows down, and these zebras got like really aggressive, like in the car, and then like they're like chomping at the girls, and it was like, do not feed the zebras, like do not pet, like don't touch the zebras. As they're reading it, while like, there's like zebra heads in like all the windows, and the girls are like pissing their pants and losing their minds. It was actually quite comical.
Just because it looks like a horse doesn't mean it's a horse.
It's not a horse.
Doesn't mean it's as docile as a horse.
That fucker was not having anything to do with...
This zebra escaped. It probably said, fuck these people. I'm out of here. Like, why do you have a wild zebra? Like, why do you have a zebra? It's not a domesticated animal in your backyard. It's like not even like a pony. You can't ride the wee pony. It's not like a wee pony. You're not riding it. No, wait. It gets even better. There was not a full moon, but there was shit going on. The world is coming to an end. I'm going to jump on that conspiracy theory.
I mean...
So in Durango, you're not ready for this one either.
Oh, God, there's more.
In Durango,
Where's
Colorado.
That? Oh, Colorado, yes.
The police, you've got to look at this video too. This made the nightly news. Police had to catch a kangaroo that had escaped.
Did it get him?
No, but it shows the kangaroo kicking. They're
aggressive.
They are aggressive. So it's on the police body cam. Like, this is not AI either, people. This is, like, legit shit. So, in Durango, Colorado, there's video of a police catching a kangaroo. It was the second time since September that it escaped from the person's backyard.
Maybe they need a higher fence it can't hop over.
So, now, those people, I want to know the end of this story. Like, do you have to have a permit to have a kangaroo? Like, why is the kangaroo escaping? Is the kangaroo doing damage? The kangaroo looked like... I mean, literally, the guy was like wrestling it. The police officer was wrestling it, standing up.
Was it you that sent me the thing about the mountain lion in the woman's house, or did I just see that?
Oh yeah, no. That was a mountain lion in somebody's house. That
it was like up on the bookshelf.
up on the bookshelf. It was resting up on the bookshelf, like
I
a
would have
house
fucking
like
hidden.
Wait, like a house cat.
How did it get
ready to
came
pounce?
from a dog door?
Yeah.
It was up on a shelf. And was it animal control or her husband that was trying to get it down with a laser?
No, it was the police, not even animal control.
Who even follows the laser?
You gotta watch this
fucking
video.
idiot.
It shows the police on the body. The body cam can make you look like an asshole. It shows the police with this laser in the
Let's
dark
see if it
house.
follows the laser. Kitty cats like to follow the laser.
Kitty cat's like, it is not a kitty cat.
And I think she was like, it's not a cat, it's a mountain lion.
I mean, it's sitting there like crammed into
up on a shelf, yeah, ready to fucking pounce.
Ready to pounce.
She's lucky she didn't get her face torn off.
I mean,
truly.
What the fuck? People, lock your doors.
Well, and then there was a
another
bear
one.
in the Gulf in Florida.
Oh yeah, that's an old. That was the second time. That was a different.
I'm gonna go with the Gulf of Mexico because look, it's called the Gulf of Mexico. If you don't agree, I apologize. Actually, I don't. So this bear, right? So
a black bear.
My friends have a place in Naples, Florida, right? And the one neighbor had said to them, "You need to keep your garage door shut like all the time." And she's like, "Okay, what for?" Like, we have rats and bears around here. It's palm rats, which I didn't see a single one while I was there.
Ew, what's the difference? Are they like wearing
We looked them up.
bikinis because
They look like regular
trees?
rats.
Oh
No, I don't. Because then I'm like looking out the window, like do they live in the palms? I'm like what? I don't even know. I didn't see one. And so, sure enough, black bear the other day having a little rest, a little snooze. This was on the news. It popped into my head.
It's hot in Florida.
Right, having a little rest in the apartment building that's being built or whatever, and like it's just like laying there like in the garage area of this place that's being built. And then it had earlier been having a little swim out in the Gulf because they had captured it on film, and I guess followed it to the wherever it was having this little snooze.
It was hot.
I mean, if I were a bear, I want to go fucking frolic in the water too.
I mean, that's like me.
He's like he didn't get eaten by a shark though. A lot of shark attacks again.
Okay,
on
here we
the
go.
rise.
Here we go. I play this game with my friend Mike every once in a while at the gym.
My God.
Which would win? Mike Tyson or a tiger? Or a bear versus a gorilla? Like, we play this game all the time. I want to know what's going to win. The bear or the shark? You got an aquatic animal and a
shark,
mammal.
because the mouth is bigger.
I don't know.
It'll just fucking open its jaws and just like fucking... Oh, Joe and I saw Jaws on the big screen. That was very exciting. The 50th anniversary of Jaws is this summer?
Yeah.
How old does that make you fucking feel?
It makes me old.
And this is the best. Okay, because we haven't done this, right? So we go last weekend to see Jaws on the big screen. It comes out technically this summer sometime, but the Film Institute that's near us, the Bryn Mawr Film Institute, they got like a early edition, whatever.
Right.
They were allowed to show it. So we went there to see it. In walks this family with a kid. There were a couple of kids there who I was like, it's hard for me to gauge the age of kids.
To go in the water, and I'm an adult, and it still scares me.
I
when
still
I watch
jumped
it on
a
TV.
couple times, like every time. Well, first I just said to Joe, I'm like, we're in public, so you can't like say the lines with them. Like he likes to like you're gonna need a bigger boat. Like you can't say the lines with them. And it's like, I know. So in walks this couple with their kid, and I'm gonna say he was on average maybe 7-ish. He looked young. He was little. It's hard to tell though. Maybe he was 8. The kid is definitely under the age of 10. Okay, for sure.
Should not be there.
So they come in, and I see them, and I'm like, now I saw it when I was younger, but that was also in an era where we didn't have like kids TV.
Right.
I mean, like Little House of Prairie and Gidget, like the Cosby Family, the Cosby Show. Like we didn't have, like there was Fraggle Rock. Anyway, but I mean, I grew up, especially having been the youngest. It was like not really.
And we all had HBO.
We had
There was no like streaming devices.
I mean, I definitely saw shit that I shouldn't have, but like I saw Poltergeist and Jaws were among some of my earliest films I ever saw, which I loved. I mean, I saw a lot of like 9 to 5. How old was I? Like 7 when I saw it, and I fucking love 9 to 5.
I love 9 to 5.
So I was young when I saw some of these things, and I mean,
Poltergeist scares.
Probably why I like scary shit to this day, even though it scares the shit out of me. But I thought that's odd. But okay, maybe they didn't have a sitter. Maybe the kid likes sharks.
If you don't have a sitter,
they didn't make it long.
You don't bring your kid to the movie.
They didn't make it long.
You don't go.
I saw the mom get up with the boy. Like,
was he screaming? Like, I'm surprised
there's
he
no
wasn't like
screaming. Thank God. So after the first scene where the girl, they find the girl dead and the crab's crawling on her.
Oh.
Hooper arrives. And they're at the morgue, and they pull out what's left of the girl, which is her arm. They left after that. It's fairly gruesome. I mean, it's
yeah.
I mean, looking at it now, it's kind of comical because it's like it's so
It's so campy.
Unnatural?
The sound, I mean, the special effects in Jaws, as scary as it is, still scares me. They're a little campy.
Well,
I
did still jump like I always do when they find the boat. Hooper goes to the boat with the fisherman, and his head shows up. And we're all like the whole theater. I'm like, every time. I mean, I'm 48 years old. Every time it gets me. But so then I see the mom and the boy. I'm like, oh, maybe they're just going to the bathroom. And then Dad was right behind. He was gathering up the popcorn and drinks. So he was carrying it all out. I'm like, and they didn't come back. I'm like, yeah.
That kid,
a little young.
If that kid has nightmares,
He's never getting in the water again.
I hope he terrorizes his parents.
That kid is never getting in the water again. But there were other ones there too, but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
Fucking get in the water because of Jaws. And I'm 50-some years old.
I'm only getting in the water now when I can see, when I
can
can
see
see my
it's
feet.
gotta be
when I can
crystal
see
clear.
it coming at me.
It's got to be crystal clear. Like when we were in Turks and Caicos, that water looks like you're in your sink. I mean, it's so crystal clear.
I need like
I
island
gotta
water.
see what's coming at me.
Like I can't do unless I just get my feet wet. But other than that,
Hawaii,
like, I can't.
Hawaii was clear water, but when you go out past a certain
It's
point,
rough though.
It's not clear, and there are sharks and they're coming at you.
There's a lot of
You don't see
rocks
'em.
and shit.
Yeah,
It's
no.
kind of rough. Like I fell over a rock when I got in the water. Anyway, it's Speaking of movies though, so the new Mission Impossible is out, which is why Joe and I the other week had like whatever we watched, like all of them, like a movie
Supposedly
marathon.
did really well at the theater.
Well, it's 2 hours and 49 minutes. So I don't know that I'm going to go.
It's Tom Cruise.
It's Tom Cruise, but my problem is one, I mean, I'm going to have to pee somewhere in there.
Aged well.
He has aged well. He's got probably a little bit of work done too, but
it looks
he has
good.
aged well. Which is also like watching the movies, you can tell like the other guys that are, and I can't remember their names, like they're really aging, where Tom Cruise is fairly consistent with his age because
Who's the African American guy? Is that Ving Rhames?
I can't remember his name.
I like Ving Rhames. I think that's who that is.
I don't remember. I like the British guy's my favorite. The fuck's his name?
I gotta find out who's in Mission Impossible. I'm looking who's Mission Impossible.
Because his British humor, of course, I find most amusing. The other guy, amusing. But so I can't. We have to wait. I think I don't think I can sit through a 2 hour and 49 minute movie because I have to pause it at least once to go to the bathroom in there.
Well, wait till you get older.
I mean, that I have to wear a diaper, and I'm not really down with doing that. So I would just assume. I guess we'll just see it at home. I don't know. Speaking of
Did you
British,
like the other ones?
I did like that. I wanted to see the new ones, so I
haven't seen them all.
I'd seen bits and pieces of the other ones, so we watched all of them. Like finished it like 2 weeks ago, so we could go see.
Did you have
this.
to rent them, or were they on TV?
They were all. We found them free on
okay.
whatever multiple streaming devices, whatever. But the problem now is that it's 2 hours and 49 minutes, and I'm probably like at a 2 hour max for a movie. Because even then, like when Jaws was done, I had to hustle out and use the bathroom. And thank God I was quick because I came out of that fucker. There's 2 stalls in the Bryn Mawr Film Institute movie theater. The line went the whole way down the wall, and the hall. And Joe is not the wall, the hall. And Joe was like, "Good thing you got them." I'm like, "I know, right? I would have peed myself in the hallway."
Well, first of all, if you can go to a concert, it is Ving Rhames. Ving Rhames. I love Ving Rhames.
But Kelly, during the concert, I went and had used the bathroom one time.
I love Ving Rhames.
So wait, speaking of British, so I learned a new dessert. Item, people. That the little boy Carter on the Instagram that we like.
Oh.
Today we're going to make
like
Eaton Mess.
This little. Can I find him? Can I show him?
So it's called Eaton Mess. E-T-O-N. Eaton. I don't know how else to pronounce that. Eaton. E-T-O-N. Mess.
Oh, the town. Eaton is the town.
Okay, well, the dessert is called Eaton Mess.
Oh, wow.
E-T-O-N.
Let me just. So Brooke Shields just turned 60.
I saw her. She was posed in a little bikini.
Just turned 60, motherfucker.
Well,
she looks great.
She has the money to take care of herself and have work done.
I don't think she's had a lot of work done.
No, but she's had some filler. I don't want to fucking hear
well,
it. Also, she's
filler.
always taking care of herself. Yes.
But she has taken care of her.
She does look good.
She looks fucking good for 60.
She
Piss
does.
me off. She looks goddamn good.
She does. Anyway, so let me tell you this dessert. Yeah. So the little boy Carter makes it, right? And I was like, what's he saying? Eaton Mess. What is this? So I looked it up. Traditional British dessert. It involves strawberries, a strawberry syrup that you make like with the strawberry.
How do you say strawberry? Strawberry.
Yeah, I love it. He drags the words out. I fucking love it. Crumbled meringue and whipped cream, and you basically just layer it. So you
what kind of meringue?
Like meringue, like the hard meringue. You crumble it.
Oh, okay.
Like the hard meringue.
Yeah.
You know? Like you get the little ones, you know, look like dollops. We eat big ones, like big ones. So you like put in the strawberries, crumble up meringue, pour in. He made his own strawberry sauce, like in the blend. Well, his father helps him because the kid's like 5. Put in strawberry sauce. I'm not sure if you mix it with sugar. Or you just puree the strawberries. I was unclear. You should have seen him with a fucking whipped cream too.
What is his name? I gotta look him up.
Carter. I don't know. Carter something. Adds the whip, and you just keep layering it until the little glass dish. It's almost like a vase type dish. Like it's like a tall, like
A trifle?
I mean, it's like as round as my mug here, but like to like here.
Yeah, it's like a little trifle,
I don't know.
probably, or
What the fuck they
dessert
call
dish.
that. It was glass. It was very pretty. You know, he did a good job for being 5. He's probably better at the fucking kitchen than I am.
Yeah.
And they give him this little this little serrated knife, but it's not like a
It's a plastic one. I've seen it.
Yeah, he's really good with it. I was like, oh my god, look at this fucking kid.
It's got to be somewhere sharp because he's able to like get through shit. It's
well,
not the kind.
It has teeth.
It's not the one you're using in Play-Doh.
Well, he was able to cut strawberry. Strawberries are fucking soft.
Strawberries.
Today, we're going to make Eden mess. First, you cut the strawberries. He's the cutest fucking kid.
I can't find him. It's taking too long. But you've got to see him. He's adorable.
Oh, we showed him before.
I know. I don't care. I want to see this one. I want to hear him say.
So we have to announce also that we're probably not doing an episode next week. Unless you can get your shit together sometime.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's Sean's graduation.
Sean's graduating, so we have to do it like Monday or Tuesday. Look, people, if we don't have one next week, I apologize. We only have like 38 views from the last one anyway, so like our views are down.
It's summer. I know, but
do we suck that bad? Are we losing people? We can't be that offensive. I mean,
I think it's because it's summer. Like, I haven't even been able to watch like the stuff that I normally watch.
It's not summer. What do you mean? What are you doing?
I'm trying to find.
No, what do you know? Like, what are you doing? They're so busy with like summer.
Oh, not summer, just stuff. Like, there's more stuff. Like, you're outside. There's graduation stuff going on. People are having parties on the weekends.
We have a graduation party this weekend. I'm excited about that. That should be fun.
Why can't I find him?
They're calling for thunderstorms though, which sucks for them. Are you getting a tent for next week, by the way?
I'm gonna have to
for the party.
I have to call the moon.
The Boone Mounts. Call the Boone Mounts, people.
We have the moon bounce at the water slide again.
He said he got the big one. I thought maybe he was lying.
I don't know. John said it wasn't quite as big as the first one.
He said it was the one he wanted. The other one was taken already, so they had to get the big one. Look, I really wanted to go up that again this year, and Joe was like, no. My neck is finally feeling fucking okay.
I mean, you ruined your knees, for God's sakes.
My knees were the least of my problems. My neck is what, when I landed like head first into that bouncy thing, it fucking hurt.
You know who else we didn't talk about? Loretta Swit died.
Oh, right, yes.
Hot Lips Houlihan's from
Hot
MASH.
Lips Houlihan, she died. It was, and somebody else died. I forget her name. She was in some episodes of Desperate Housewives, and she was in the Alaska show.
She had cancer.
Northern Exposure.
I like Northern Exposure. What was this woman's name?
It's awful that I forget her name.
I can't find the kid.
I feel bad that I cannot remember her name.
What is her name?
I don't remember.
That's going to bother me now. But she was on Desperate Housewives. She was young. She was only like 71 or 72.
Yeah, unfortunately she had the cancer. And Loretta Swit died well up into her 80s.
Hot Lips Houlihan. I loved MASH. I used to watch MASH. I don't know what night it was on, but I remember like
it would come on like either before, but the reruns even were on before or after the CBS Evening News, because it would like one would bleed into the other.
I think it was on before.
And I'd watch it it would be on. Like I'd be watching it with Dad for a little bit, like in between him cooking dinner or whatever. Like it would be on. I never understood it. Now as an adult, I think it's a fucking awesome show. Like I think it's a great show. But when I was little, I just watched it because it was on. But
Hot Lips Houlihan.
I mean, I thoroughly also appreciate the gin distillery in their fucking tent. I think that's brilliant.
Who was in it? Alan Alda, and I forget the. He was
Joe
Hawkeye.
Joe knows the whole fucking. Because the other night while we were out, he looked up each one of the actors' names. He knew them by heart to see who was still alive.
Well, Alan Alda's still alive.
I can't remember. Alan Alda is 89. He is still alive. But Joe knew all the other actors' names. I can't remember them.
Here's a piece of trivia.
I know 2 or 3 of them. So the guy that dressed up as a woman all the time to try to get Klinger, he's still alive. I forget his real name. And the little guy, is still alive. Radar is still alive.
The Colonel is not.
He's long dead. Christ. And one of the other guys, the guy that had the curly hair that was friends with Alan Alda, and I forget his name. He's still alive.
I forget him. What his name was in the show either.
Speaking of famous things, we went to Metallica. We had the Metallica concert. It did not disappoint, except for the fact that they did not repeat songs. So Friday night show was completely different than Sunday night show. So they didn't repeat. So like Master of Puppets, like I did not get to hear that, which was really unfortunate. Because I would have loved to have seen it live.
Fuck that.
And then they were going to DC like later that week, and I was like, we weren't going away. I would just fucking drive to DC to see them again. Because then they would do all the hits, like but so they did for
They
whom
do
the
that
bell
to sell more
tolls.
tickets. They do that to sell more tickets. Piss John off, my husband. He's like, I'm not going.
Yeah, but Joe wanted to go both nights. I'm like, we're not going to see Metallica both nights. Well, we should have gone both nights. Great show. I was very surprised at the number of young kids that were there, like 10 and under, like kids that were there, and not so much because the band, the Metallica, they're great. They were doing a whole bunch of stuff in the city.
Yeah, they're very philanthropic.
Yeah, they did a whole bunch of stuff.
And they're old. They're like 60-something.
They're in their 60-something is not old. They look fucking good. They're all in really good shape. They did an amazing job. And so they're all about like suicide prevention, which is fantastic, right? He did a whole spiel about it. But interestingly enough, then the opening band was Suicidal Tendencies, which I'd heard of, but I'd never heard before, and I never need to hear again. If you're into that, good for you. I couldn't. It was just like fuck. I was like, people are like rocking out, banging their heads. I'm like, oh my god, It was the crowd. So having kids there at the concert wasn't. And the next up was Pantera, which I'm familiar with a little bit, but it was fascinating to see a lot of older people like lose their fucking minds. And this woman in front of us was clearly on the drugs. I don't know what drugs she was on, maybe a lot of them.
She was on the drugs.
But she was nuts. And I was like, oh my God. Like, she kept sticking her tongue out, like the whole, like I
How
can't
old
even.
Do you think she
it was like Ozzy Osbourne, but then like this little anorexic thing in front of me that was
How
like.
old do you think she was?
Crazy. Too old for the way she was dressed. I'm gonna go with that.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with that.
Tattoos too.
I don't remember, but her clothes were very, very tight, and she was having trouble keeping her pants up where they were supposed to be because they were that tight. She was like teeny tiny, but like she was terrifying. She was so fucked up that she turned around to do like one of these to the guys behind us, and instead she went like this, and then she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, oh my god. And then the guys behind us were like uber high, and he was like being all like, man, I love you, man, like to all of his friends. And I was like, shut the fuck up. He ran into me. I'm sitting there, and he goes out, whatever, and I like fly forward. He's like, oh man, I'm sorry. So next time he goes by, I just lean forward, and he leans over and pats me. He's like, no, you're okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay, because I'm fucking leaned forward away from you.
Oh my God.
So then for $24, Joe and I each get a bottle of water and a pretzel to share. They had those fucking pretzels.
They did?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I asked before we went, I said to Joe, do they have those pretzels in the back that they have at the ballpark? They did. It was hot and covered in salt.
They're better than the Philly soft pretzels. It's a soft pretzel, but there's just something about it.
It comes in a bag, and it's hot and covered in salt, and it is the softest, most moist, hot.
And it has a better flavor than a regular soft pretzel.
I mean, I could probably like eat them until I'm sick. It's so fucking good. It's $24. We get a pretzel to share, and we get fucking 2 waters, right?
Fucking ridiculous.
This water is going to last me the whole concert, right? So we're waiting, we're whatever, and we did not park all the way and fucking bumfucking have to walk, right? I wore socks this time though, just in case. So we get there, we get to our seats, we have our water. The other bands are playing with their fucking awful fuck, jumping around, whatever. But these guys though too, Pantera and Suicidal Tendencies were amazing for the age that they are. I mean, running around. The lead singer from Pantera, I mean, if you call it singer, it was more like shouting, but anyway. He was in his bare feet on stage. Oh. And then the people in the snake pit. So it was set up as a circular stage in the middle of Lincoln Financial Field, which is where the Eagles play.
I'm shocked that they
So the whole stadium is full in a ring, right? There's a giant ring in the middle of the field. And then in the middle of the stage where the ring is, there's a hole, $2,000 a ticket to be in the snake pit, to like look up and like...
And to be slammed in the mosh pit.
I mean, and I looked down at the mosh pit and I thought, like, even like the floor seats, I thought that looks kind of cool. I'm like, my days for that have sailed. The last time I had floor seating where I was standing... Oh, also, this is not a standing concert. I mean, there was not a sitting concert. This is a standing only concert. Oh. Because once Metallica came on, like, you had to stand. Like, that was it. My feet were killing me the next day from just like standing on cement. Like, I even had my good sneakers on, and still like the most I could do was like lean back against my chair. It was like folded up, you know. But this lady down in the front row. So we had good seats. We're row like 19. So like the 19th row, pretty good seats, right? Lady in the first row. Well, she pre-gamed so much they had to take her the hell out.
Did security come?
Oh yeah, so that's a great part because you can see when something's going on. They have like bright orange or bright pink on. So you see like a whole crowd of like bright pink or bright orange, and they like gather. Some
it's like flies on
were
shit.
Yellow, right? So they help her up, and she's like, you know, I'm like, oh my god, and she was way too old to be hauled out of here or be wearing overalls. Like, I'm sorry. Like, there's a cutoff on an age
Did she have clothes
there.
on under the overalls? Like, I've
She had a
seen...
t-shirt on, yeah.
Okay, because sometimes...
But the best part, right? So she's a fucking annihilated, and she's in the front row. So she has to climb. We're in 19, and we had like 10 more rows. She has to climb like 30 rows. She has to climb like up 30, to get to the landing to get her out. They get her up. She's on the first one, and she's like doing one of these, right? The guy behind her grabs her. She gets up the next step. They had a hold of her. And then she's swaying again, and the guy behind her grabbed her by the back of the overalls and the shirt and like had a hold of her, like you would like a dog leash.
Right, a harness.
And she's swaying around, and she's like, her eyes are rolling around. I thought, bitch, you just paid all this money, and Metallica hadn't even come on yet. Pantera was still on, because when Pantera came on, Joe went to the bathroom to go get us a beer. I got up to go to the bathroom, and the fucking line, I'm like, fuck this, I'll wait till Metallica get ready to start, because I'm not waiting in this line. And no matter what, whenever we go to, normally we don't drink at shows, because I don't want to be the one getting up and down.
Right.
But I was so dehydrated. Oh, because my $12 bottle of water went missing.
Ow.
What happened?
I don't know.
Because I'm going to sip on the water like the whole time, right? So I have it in my little cup holder. Well, we were on the end, and we had this guy that was like 60 years old, sitting in the middle of the row, kept coming our way. He must have just drank $1,000 worth of fucking Budweisers, and they're $15.95 a piece, right? I can't even. Ours were $20 a piece.
Don't they have the people like at the ball games, like coming around?
Only with shit beer. Sorry if you like Budweiser. Only with like Miller Lite or Bud Light, and some terrifying looking mixed slushy drinks that look like sticky and all over the place. But this guy would not sit the fuck like what? Like, you gotta just sit out. Take your alcoholism and listen to them in the parking lot. Because look, I mean, sit the fuck down and let people. It was constant.
Down in front.
Constant, right? So everyone stood. So we knew. I mean, as soon as Metallica came out, that was the end of any kind of sitting. I ran out, then finally quick and peed, because I was like, look, like, I want to do it now, quick. They were talking. So I ran out. No more line. But just watching the people, and like this woman getting hauled out, Metallica hadn't even started yet. When we went to the Guns N' Roses concert.
Was she with anybody?
Well, I'm sure she was. Well, the security guard was talking to somebody else that was down. They fucking left her go. I mean, look, I don't know. They went and gave her a lay down somewhere. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I'd be like, I'll see you later. If I were with that person, I'd be like, see you later.
The concert was at 6, and we thought, we'll leave here at 4. That was not.
But what time did
Metallica
come on?
9. It was. I mean, yeah. It was like they waited till like dark. Yeah. It was close. It was like 9 o'clock till they came on. But the parking lot. I mean, we thought it was like a football game. I mean, like people had their chairs out, eating, drinking, full on tailgate.
It was cold though.
It was chilly. I took a sweater. I'm glad that I took it. Also, good to see them in an open air area, like not like in an indoor place, because it was fucking loud.
Right.
I mean, I got his earplugs. Joe kept them in. Well, when Suicidal Tendencies came on, Joe put them in and put his hood up to like muffle it. And I kept them in. I took them out once in a while to kind of see what the difference was. But my hearing is not that great, like compared to Joe's especially. So when Metallica came on, I took the fuckers out and put them away because it wasn't hurting my ears. Other concerts I've been to and my ears ring afterwards, but this didn't happen. Like, also, like, but it's open. I mean, the stadium's open, so It's like, it wasn't like thundering in my head. And also, I'm glad I texted PT to let him know my neck was feeling good, so I could do the whole get the head going, whatever. I didn't have my hands up in the air though, and all the other stuff. But look, great show. They did Enter Sandman, which was great. They did For Whom the Bell Tolls. They did the Irish drinking song, the whiskey in the jar, which is not theirs. I mean, it's an old Irish folk song, which they do a really good job though. But I always wonder, like, why are they saying whiskey in the jarro? What's a jarro? Whiskey in the jar. Oh, it's because I'm like, what the fuck's a jarro? Like, I don't. Whiskey in the jar. Oh, which they do a great job with it. But I really wanted. I'm bad with titles. I wanted the other songs they played Friday night, 2 of them, and I
hate when bands do that because the prices for concerts are so expensive. I understand that you don't want to do duplicate shows because you do have the people that spend the money to buy both nights. But
just do all your greatest hits in one night then.
It's just
whatever.
No, you can't do all your
hits.
greatest hits.
When they went to DC, they probably just did all the greatest hits.
Oh, yeah.
And left out like whatever. There was a song I didn't know, but Joe liked it, and I'm like, whatever. So, look. Okay, speaking of the price of that, right? So,
how much was it?
I don't. Just concerts being expensive. I don't remember. But look, concert tickets are fucking expensive. They're fucking expensive. We got super cheap tickets for all the concerts we're going to in Atlantic City this summer, which is fantastic.
That's good.
I don't know what Clapton was, but I'm sure Clapton was not cheap either. That's in September. But Cat Stevens is playing. We had this conversation yesterday. So Joe was like, oh my God, Cat Stevens is playing in Philly at the Met. Oh my God. I want to go see Cat Stevens. Love Cat Stevens.
And the Met is a small venue, by the way.
Till we looked up the fucking ticket price, and Joe was like, so I know when Joe's shitting his pants, like they're fucking expensive. So I'm like, what is it? Like $500 a piece? They were what, $4 something? Is that what you said? $4 something a piece. They started at $4 something a piece, and that was in the upper deck.
Yeah.
The lower deck, fuck that. I don't need to put the Cat Stevens on the Alexa and just fucking.
I don't like Cat Stevens that much.
Cat Stevens.
No.
Michelle, my friend Michelle. Michelle's the one that got me. That's where I first learned to love Cat Stevens.
To me, all his music sounds the same.
I remember we were at a party near the old Pizza Hut, some house party. Oh, Michelle, do you remember this? And Cat Stevens on vinyl. They had Cat Stevens on record player.
Yeah.
We're all smoking it and drinking Sambuca.
Oh.
And I got lost, and I went to go visit a friend, and I got lost. Over by the high school.
Oh my God, how did you get lost? Were you in a car or walking?
I walked because it wasn't far. The guy I worked with lived over by the high school, so I'm like, I'm gonna just run over there and say hi. So I walked over.
Hi.
And then all the
and you couldn't get back.
Well, all the buildings they all looked the same. Then it was dark, and I was a little intoxicated, a little high, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't find his, and it was the guy, John, that I used to work with, the manager at the pizza place. And so finally, the lady on the ground floor with the sliding glass door, she's sitting there in her robe. She's watching Golden Girls, whatever. And finally, I just knocked on her patio, and I knocked. And she came over and answered. She was so nice.
She have her hair in rollers?
No, she was super nice. I said, I am so sorry to interrupt you. I'm lost. I'm trying to find apartment C, whatever. I mean, so she's like, okay. So she was very nice. She helped me. I remember what the fuck I had on that night. That I was a little traumatized by being lost. When you're lost, it's traumatizing.
Yeah, you get lost a lot.
Yeah.
Didn't you get lost when you were in
Germany?
Germany?
I had on a pair of green jeans.
Wait, weren't you?
Green. We're not talking about Germany ever again.
But didn't you get lost in Germany?
Yeah, when Joe and I got separated.
Yeah, and then you more or less got lost at the beach when you went out and the lifeguards had to clear the beach and
I wasn't lost. I just got pulled out because I was having a little snooze on my raft. And the lifeguard wasn't paying attention because I got out that far before he finally fucking realized it. So he was also having a snooze. Look. Getting lost is traumatic. It is fucking traumatic. I mean, at least when you're in a car, you have the safety of the car. Anyway, we're at an hour here.
I have to tell you this real quick.
Yeah.
So there was, in Africa, this gentleman, businessman, and philanthropist was on a safari trip in Nambia.
As I choke. Sorry, I saw this yesterday.
Was on a business trip in Nambia. But went on a safari. Well, I want to go on a safari. I'm now having second thoughts about this.
Very dangerous.
I know some friends.
That's what the fuck the zoo is for and National Geographic.
Some friends of mine have actually gone on safari. These separate trips. They sleep out in a tent. It's obviously guarded. It's elevated. Guarded meaning men with guns in case, animals and thieves and whatever else come along. But no, you're out in the wild.
Animals and thieves and whatnot.
You hear the lions roar from a mile away or whatever. They're it's a little eerie, but it's great. No, not after this. So this gentleman on the safari was going to the bathroom. Lioness mauled him.
Excuse me.
Mauled him.
That's horrifying.
Just trying to go to the bathroom.
For him and for the people.
Just trying to go to the bathroom.
Look.
Now, it's not clear to me where the bathroom was. Was it
I thought he was in his tent. So I didn't read the whole. I just saw the headline. I didn't read it.
I didn't read it either. I didn't read. It's not that I even read it. I saw it, and I just don't know where the bathroom was. Whether it was in the tent, on the if they were out in the bush, and he they have a little outhouse they do at
out in the bush,
our national parks, and he went. I don't understand, but he obviously made a wrong move. And and it also didn't say whether it was at night, because let me tell you.
I don't like to fucking camp here in Pennsylvania, because you have to get up and go to the bathroom. And I'm shit my pants on the way there. You hear rustling, all the little animals that are up in the middle of the night. Oh my God, speaking of animals, we have another dead squirrel in 2 days.
Where?
So now I'm thinking.
Is a hawk getting them?
So Joe the other day goes out, dead squirrel in the backyard.
Is it eating something?
Well, that's what Sean. No, because the dead squirrel. Someone must have got it. So like, okay, we'll wait till trash day. It used to be that you could call animal control and they would come. Could be a dead rabbit once. They came and retrieved the dead rabbit. Otherwise, you now have to just get rid of it yourself because they got rid of that in our township. There's no more animal control. So Joe's like, we'll wait till trash day. I'll put it in a trash bag and put it out. Right? I know he has to do. Thank God I didn't even go look. So trash goes out yesterday.
Oh, I'm gonna get sick.
Squirrel go. Well, first when he came in the other evening, he goes, oh, like nature took care of itself. Something got it. I'm like, oh, okay, good. Something, the fox or something. But no.
Trucked off.
Then he went out. Well, it had just got moved.
Oh.
So he had to put it in the bag, and it got thrown away. Went out in the trash yesterday, which we were afraid like someone was going to tear apart the trash then. Yeah. It's hot out now. So this morning, he goes to get the recycling bins and bring them to the house to put them out tonight, right? For tomorrow morning. And he comes in, he's like, there's another fucking dead squirrel out back. To which my first thought was, I'm like, you think someone's throwing him over the fence? And he's like, well, that was my first thought. Because look, our neighbors are assholes.
Someone using an airsoft gun on them?
But, so I don't know. Because I'm like, well, was it mauled? Like, what happened? And because like a fox would have eaten it. A bird would have eaten it. There wouldn't be like a whole dead squirrel there. So I don't know if it's like fighting with other squirrel. And Sean said, do you think it got in? So like there's a rat problem in our area. Because like we're close to like the city or whatever. So, and we have mice in the basement. So the exterminator was like, we're going to put these things around the house, like the bait station things, which has cut down on the mice. But he told us, because I said, what about the chipmunks and the squirrels? Because maybe I want them in there, maybe I don't. What happens? And he was like, they can't get in. Like,
yeah, I was
don't
going to
worry.
say they can't get in.
He said that the hole looks big, but then when you get in there, he said they can't get in. Because
mice.
Sean said maybe it got into the mousetrap.
Can't fit.
No. So I don't know what's. I mean, the problem with that then is that like, if I don't know if they might once the mice go in, if they're able to get back out. I'm unclear on how these things work. I don't really want to know. I don't touch them. The exterminator takes care of them. Blah blah blah. But I do worry because I feel bad. Like, well, if the mouse comes back out and it's full of poison and a fox eats it, I don't want to kill the fox. Although again, I am still hostile about the fox with the rabbits last year. Whatever. I don't want to fuck up nature too much. But I don't want mice in my house, and I don't want fucking rats around my property either. God. So look, we're gonna have these things. I'm sorry they're inhumane, but fuck it. So then Joe was like trying to figure out, well, someone may have heaved it with a shovel because he might have wanted to also put a shovel and heave it in somebody else's yard. But so now we have to we have to go get it, put it in the trash for tomorrow.
I mean, I'm wondering, there could be numerous things that have happened, but sometimes.
But why isn't it eaten?
Well, sometimes birds, if they drop it in flight, they're not coming back.
Or they don't come back for it?
Not always, no. Okay. Especially if they're like
a dime a dozen. I thought maybe the red
dozen.
Squirrel or the black squirrel got a hold of the gray squirrel because
you need to watch out for some fights.
Black squirrel. No, because that last year when that black squirrel was fighting with the gray squirrel, I had to go inside. I was terrified. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna come and get us.
Were they punching? No, what did they do?
They were like, you were making noises that I've never heard before. I didn't know squirrels made fucking noises. Well, they make noise. The whole giant bush was shaking, and I was like, I'm going the fucking side. I can't. I'm like, I can't sit here. I remember seeing like a little video. I'm like, I can't.
Oh wait, when did Joe see the possum?
Oh my God. This is horrifying. Animal lovers are going to be horrified. George, I'm sorry. You might want to just turn it off now. So
possums are so ugly.
He was at a Phillies game the other week. And so, and it was like a 3-hour rain delay. So he didn't get out of there till like fucking midnight. It was like ridiculous, right? So he fucking parked in bumfuck to get there and back.
Why?
Cheaper parking.
Why?
So
Why?
He and all the people that are fucking making that fucking, hoofing it down the road, this possum, and apparently they carry all the babies on their back. So it's going, and like it starts to cross the street, and this guy walking along was like, no, don't do it. And then splat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be that car.
The truck didn't even, because Joe was like, they're all like, no, whoa. Well, even though possums are gross, like they felt bad because all the babies were there. And then they're all like, oh. Like, I was like, oh, fuck. Possums are gross, though. The first time I ever saw maggots or the carcass of a fucking possum.
Now that is enough.
Walk into the quarry.
I draw the line
right?
at that.
I was like, oh my God. Yeah, right?
But humorous, not maybe.
Like Stand By Me, but not. Like that movie, the dead body. Yeah.
Maybe humorous, maybe not. Segue, something at least a little more funny than having maggots in my head. There was video of a coyote digging a grave, like a kind of a new grave site, digging.
Oh God!
To get to the it's gonna get to the casket. Like I don't know what it's gonna do, but I'm like, what?
What makes you think what else is buried under there? I don't know.
I don't know, but there's like 3 of them.
Well, speaking of digging for a body, we just finished watching season 2 of Why Women Kill. And it was not renewed for... The first season was excellent. That was the one with Lucy Liu and Jennifer Goodwin and I forget other people's names.
Lucy Liu.
So the first season was excellent. Like, it was very funny. It was dark humor, but it was fucking funny too. It was very, very good. Season 2 was... it was good. It was not as good as season 1, but it was good. I mean, we were fascinated by it. We're like wanting to keep watching.
Is any of it based on truth?
No.
Okay.
No. But it was not renewed for a third season.
Oh.
So...
But yet they renew bullshit out there. Oh,
know,
by the way, speaking of, because I've been waiting 2.5 years, you fuckers. Wednesday. There's a
Lady Gaga is on it.
6-minute trailer is out for the new Wednesday Addams
So it
series.
comes out this fall, right?
This fall, like August or September. But there's
just some time for Halloween.
There's a 6-minute. I have an email from the teacher.
Well, you can look at it in a minute. We're almost done. Hang on.
There's a 6-minute.
Hold steady for another minute.
There's a 6-minute trailer that's out that you can watch for the new season, and I haven't watched it yet.
That's coming. Can't wait. Dexter's out. The new Dexter Resurrection's out next month, and Stranger Things is a trailer out for it. So can you just give it a minute? Just give it a minute. Stranger Things is coming out. There's a trailer for it, and that's the final season. I might have to go back and rewatch though. I don't want to watch all 4 seasons, but I might have to just to like remember. Like, I kind of remember most of it, but we'll have to see. But again, like, those kids are getting older. I mean, you can't keep those kids young forever.
No.
I mean, fuck. Like,
how are they going to do that?
I don't know.
They're going to have
AI?
to do like...
I don't know.
AI. They need rules for AI.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it. I guess I'll wait and see. Anyway, okay. So, are we doing any birthday shout-outs this week? None that I can think of. No.
I don't... There's a birthday next week.
Who had a birthday? I don't remember who had a birthday. Michelle has a birthday. Michelle, don't you have a birthday soon? My friend Michelle.
I think she had a birthday.
Did she have it already?
Yeah. Oh, it's graduation, so I'll have to report back on Sean's graduation.
So next week we may not have an episode next week. You'll have to kind of wait and see because I'm available, but you may not be. So if you can squeeze in an hour,
we have a graduation, high school graduation, and we have the partay.
So it's all kind of spread out. So, and the rents will be here. So we got a lot. Full week next week. So, well, for this week, thank you so much for tuning in. And if we're not here next week, then I'll give you a week to get caught up. Yeah. And then we'll be back the following week. So we'll have to wait and see. So if we're not here next week, that's why. Right. Stay tuned.
Catch up. Have a good one.
Catch up. All right. Take care. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.